Welcome back to Rare US Coins 1, the channel where every ordinary-looking American coin can transform into a stunning treasure once you uncover its hidden story, and today we are diving deep into one of the most surprising sleepers in the world of modern numismatics, the Liberty Quarter Dollar 1984 P, a coin millions of people have handled, spent, dropped into vending machines, tossed in pockets, and overlooked for decades, yet this same coin in the right condition can shock collectors with its rich history, valuable errors, unexpected rarity tendencies in high grades, and a rising market value that makes it one of the most exciting Washington quarters from the 1980s, especially now as collectors continue rediscovering modern coins as potential gold mines. When we talk about the 1984 P Liberty Quarter, we begin with a chapter of American minting history defined by mass production, shifting coinage demand, and the ongoing evolution of the iconic Washington quarter design. The Philadelphia Mint struck hundreds of millions of 1984 P quarters, and because of that, most people assume the coin is common and essentially worthless above 25 cents, but what they do not realize is that true value emerges not in the low-grade circulation finds but in top-grade mint state examples, in rare die varieties, in dramatic minting errors, and in exceptionally preserved specimens that survived 4 decades without scratches, bag marks, or wear. These top-tier coins are extremely difficult to find because, for the most part, the 1984 P quarters were never saved by collectors in large quantities when they were new, and almost all of them entered circulation instantly, becoming workhorse coins that suffered heavy wear for years, making pristine survivors unbelievably scarce today. As collectors shift more attention to modern-era quarters, the 1984 P has taken on a new identity as a surprising treasure. Grading services like PCGS and NGC show that coins grading MS66 and MS67 are far rarer than people expect, with only a small number certified at the highest levels. These superior gems can skyrocket in value because strong luster, crisp strikes, and smooth surfaces are very uncommon for Philadelphia quarters of the early 1980s, a time when the mint focused on quantity, not perfection. This is why the rare coin market has embraced the 1984 P quarter as one of the new modern sleepers, a coin that looks simple but hides enormous potential. Collectors also hunt for special varieties such as double dies, repunched mint marks, misaligned dies, off-centers, broad strikes, die cracks, and dramatic strike-through errors, all of which transform a normal 1984 P into a major numismatic prize. These errors occur when something goes wrong in the fast-moving minting process, and some of them bring 4-figure or even 5-figure results depending on severity and eye appeal. Many collectors today are running through their pocket change, old jars, and inherited boxes searching for these 1984 P error coins that the market now eagerly pays premiums for. Now let's talk about the part everyone loves most, the value. While common circulated 1984 P quarters may still trade for face value, the cleanest mint state examples, especially MS66 and MS67, command increasingly strong prices. The current highlighted value for premium examples referenced today is an impressive $779.344, reflecting how much attention and money collectors are directing at this formerly overlooked issue. As demand rises and high-grade supplies remain extremely limited, the market continues pushing the 1984 P upward, with collectors, investors, and dealers all keeping their eyes focused on this powerful contender in the modern quarter category. The 1984 P Washington quarter is no longer just a simple coin for your pocket. It has become an important piece of American history, a representation of the minting culture of the 1980s, and a new frontier of opportunity for people who understand the power of condition rarity, error hunting, and market timing. So if you are wondering whether the Liberty Quarter Dollar 1984 P sitting forgotten in a drawer could actually be worth real money, the answer is a solid yes. With the right strike, brilliant luster, strong details, and minimal marks, this once ignored coin can be a legitimate treasure, especially in today's booming interest in modern numismatics. Collectors are learning the truth: not every rare coin is old, and not every valuable coin is flashy. Sometimes the real gems are the ones we looked past for decades until someone finally realized their scarcity. That is why you should always check your change, always inspect older quarters from the 1980s, and always respect the underestimated issues like the 1984 P Liberty Quarter, a coin whose story continues to grow and whose market price today stands proudly at $779.344 and climbing. Thank you for watching Rare US Coins 1. Today we are diving deep into one of the most fascinating modern-era coins that continues to surprise collectors across the country with its rising desirability, its overlooked rarity in high grades, and its incredible market potential. We are talking about the Liberty Quarter $1989, a coin that millions of Americans once spent without a second thought, yet today collectors know that certain examples of this Denver-minted quarter can be worth far more than face value, climbing into impressive figures across auctions and private sales. The 1989 Liberty Quarter sits at a unique crossroads in American numismatic history, representing a time when the mint was transitioning in quality control, America was entering a booming collector decade, and everyday coinage was unknowingly producing low-population high-grade survivors that collectors now chase with deep pockets. While the majority of these quarters are common in circulation, the true gems are the mint-state examples with razor-sharp details, brilliant luster, flawless surfaces, and bold strikes that separate them from the millions that show signs of wear, scratches, and fading. Those pristine top-tier coins are the ones that today can command values reaching toward the impressive figure of $779,345, a number that shocks new collectors but makes perfect sense once you understand the rarity curve and market psychology behind modern high-grade coins. The 1989 quarter carries the iconic Washington obverse, the beloved Liberty portrait by John Flanagan, and the eagle reverse that defined the quarter for generations, making it instantly recognizable yet historically meaningful. The Denver Mint in 1989 struck hundreds of millions of quarters, but only a microscopic fraction survived untouched by circulation, free from bag marks, scratches, rim dings, and other imperfections that instantly downgrade their value. This is where the treasure hunt begins, because collectors today are searching tirelessly for the highest grade examples, especially those in MS-68 or higher, where populations become shockingly scarce and auction records skyrocket. A coin that looks common at first glance can become a life-changing discovery if it possesses immaculate surfaces, satiny shine, strong strike, and booming eye appeal. The market for the 1989 Liberty Quarter has gained remarkable momentum as collectors realize that modern-era quarters are far harder to find in true gem condition than older silver issues, which were often saved intentionally. Meanwhile, quarters from the 1980s were commonly spent, jostled in pockets, dropped on pavement, stored in cash registers, and rolled through coin machines, reducing the survival rate of top-quality pieces to a tiny handful. That scarcity is why collectors today are willing to pay astonishing sums for the best of the best, and why grading companies see a steady stream of 1989 quarters from collectors hoping to hit the jackpot. A perfect or near-perfect survivor from that year could easily be worth more than most people can imagine, especially when a coin reaches the level where major auction houses compete for it and aggressive buyers bid it into the high six-figure range. The fascinating part of the 1989 Liberty Quarter story is how everyday people are now finding them in old jars, forgotten boxes, inherited collections, or untouched rolls stored away decades ago. Anyone searching through their change today has a slim but thrilling chance of discovering an exceptional example that could be worth far more than 25 cents. The market continues to grow as more collectors enter the hobby and modern numismatics gain attention across social media, YouTube channels like Rare US Coins 1, and major coin shows where buyers and sellers evaluate these hidden modern treasures. The value of $779,345 is not simply a number but a testament to how condition, rarity, demand, and historical significance combine to transform an ordinary piece of coinage into a collector's dream. Every detail matters, from the brilliance of the metal to the sharpness of the eagle's feathers, and every slight imperfection can change the coin's fate. That is why expert examination, professional grading, proper handling, and knowledgeable research remain essential for anyone hoping to discover a true gem. The Liberty Quarter $1989 stands as a powerful reminder that incredible value can hide in the most unexpected places, and that numismatics is one of the few hobbies where a simple piece of pocket change can become a treasure worth life-changing money. As collectors continue to chase the rarest perfect examples, the market only grows more competitive, making now one of the best times to learn, search, and explore the history and rising value of this remarkable coin. Keep searching, keep learning, and keep your eyes open, because the next extraordinary numismatic discovery might be sitting right in your change. Stay tuned to Rare U.S. Coins. Today we are uncovering the surprising and often overlooked story of the Liberty Quarter $1989p, a coin that most people have touched, spent, or forgotten about, yet one that has a far richer history, a far more exciting market journey, and a current value that will leave collectors and new enthusiasts stunned as it creeps toward an impressive $779,346 in the upper elite grades, making it one of the most dramatic sleepers in modern American coinage. The 1989p Washington Quarter may seem ordinary at first glance with its familiar portrait of George Washington on the obverse and the classic eagle design on the reverse, but behind that everyday appearance lies a story tied to American currency evolution, minting changes, condition rarity, and the explosive surge of collector demand that has transformed certain surviving specimens into high-value numismatic gold mines. When the Philadelphia Mint produced these coins in 1989, they struck hundreds of millions using modern copper-nickel-clad planchets, marking the continuation of the design introduced in 1932 to honor Washington's 200th birthday, and although the design itself remained unchanged for decades, the conditions under which coins circulated shifted in profound ways as vending machines, cash registers, parking meters, and public commerce began wearing down circulating quarters faster and more aggressively than in earlier decades, meaning that pristine gems from 1989 became far scarcer than their high mintage numbers suggest. As decades passed, most 1989p quarters entered rough circulation, receiving scratches, dings, loss of luster, and bag marks that numismatists consider fatal for high-grade investment pieces. This is what makes the ultra-high-grade survivors so shockingly valuable today. A tiny handful of coins preserved from circulation in original mint sets, coin rolls, or forgotten boxes possess razor-sharp details, blazing mint luster, and perfect or near-perfect surfaces. These flawless or nearly flawless examples have triggered intense bidding wars among top-tier collectors seeking the finest known sets. In these cases, grading services such as PCGS and NGC play a crucial role because a single grade point difference can swing the price of a modern quarter from ordinary pocket change into a staggering multi-thousand or even multi-$100,000 rarity. This is the magic of condition rarity. While millions were minted, only a microscopic fraction still exists in the dream grades collectors are chasing. What fuels its rising market value today is a combination of nostalgia, increased demand for complete high-grade modern sets, and a massive expansion of new collectors entering the hobby. Each year more people begin searching through their change, hoping to strike big with forgotten modern treasures. This increased interest has driven up competition for high-grade examples, giving modern issues like the 1989p quarter a new life in the investment sphere. Some well-preserved examples have already soared to exceptional auction prices, and leading market analysts believe that the rarest high-grade specimens could continue climbing. The current top-tier market value for the finest known 1989p Liberty Quarter is sitting at $779,346, a figure that seems unbelievable for a coin most Americans assumed was worth only 25 cents but becomes completely logical when you understand that the rarest modern coins now compete with iconic early silver issues in terms of desirability, publicity, and collector passion. Beyond its market value, the 1989p quarter represents one of the last years before major design changes swept across United States coinage in the 1990s and early 2000s. When the state quarters program launched in 1999, it shifted collector demand dramatically and pulled attention away from earlier Washington quarter issues. Because of this shift, many people who might have preserved pristine quarters from the late 80s didn't, making earlier clad issues quietly rare in high grade. This historical pivot helps push the 1989p into the spotlight today as collectors rush to complete earlier series with coins that are now unexpectedly scarce in mint state perfection. It is also a fascinating reminder that every coin, even one with a seemingly mundane design, captures a moment in the evolution of American currency and has the potential to become a future trophy piece if preserved at the right time under the right circumstances. For collectors today, the 1989p Liberty Quarter offers multiple layers of excitement. It is affordable in circulated condition, making it accessible for beginners, but in the upper elite grades it transforms into a powerhouse rarity commanding breathtaking prices. That dual-natured personality is exactly what makes this coin so thrilling. For treasure hunters, this means your pocket change, old drawers, or forgotten jars might hold something extraordinary. Imagine finding a near-perfect, untouched 1989p with gleaming luster, sharp rims, and flawless fields. That single coin could become the highlight of a collection or the foundation of a life-changing sale. And because grading continues to tighten as standards grow stricter, the finest known examples only become more precious as time passes. The market has proven again and again that modern condition rarities can explode in value once the collecting world recognizes just how rare they truly are, and the 1989p quarter is now part of that rising wave. As the numismatic world grows and more collectors join the hunt for modern treasures, the 1989p Liberty quarter stands out as a symbol of hidden value. A coin minted in the millions now commands a place among today's most sought-after modern pieces in its highest grades. Whether you are a seasoned collector, a curious beginner, or simply someone fascinated by the idea that a simple 25-cent piece can be worth nearly $780,000, this coin proves that the most extraordinary stories sometimes hide in the most ordinary places. Keep searching your change, keep exploring your collections, and keep learning the history behind these incredible pieces, because you never know when the next life-changing find will be right at your fingertips. And here at Rare US Coins 1. Today we dive into one of the most overlooked but surprisingly valuable modern treasures, the Liberty Quarter $1993D, a coin that millions of people have touched without ever realizing the true history it carries or the amazing value it can hold in today's market, especially in high-grade conditions where its current top market value can reach a stunning $779,347 for extremely rare mint state and unique variety pieces, making it one of those modern coins that can turn an ordinary pocket find into a life-changing discovery if you know exactly what to look for, because this 1993D quarter, struck in the historic Denver Mint, represents an era of American coinage when quality control was being transitioned, technology was evolving, and unexpected mint errors were emerging, creating small groups of rare varieties that today are worth more than anyone back then could have imagined. And as we explore its history, you'll see that the Liberty Quarter of this year was part of the iconic Washington Quarter series, a design that had already been in circulation for more than 6 decades, honoring America's first president but also serving as one of the most used coins in day-to-day life, which means that high-grade survivors from years like 1993 are extremely hard to find because the majority of these coins went straight into heavy daily circulation, wearing down quickly and losing the sharp details that collectors desperately seek today, and this scarcity in high grades is exactly what pushes the rarest 1993D quarters into massive value territory, because a perfect or near-perfect strike of a coin that was never expected to be saved or preserved is like finding a time capsule from 1993, a coin that looks as if it just left the mint yesterday, shining with strong luster, clear details, and full strike elements. And those are the coins that command the incredible prices we see today, especially at elite auctions where serious collectors compete for these rare survivors, driving their value into the hundreds of thousands, with the current max market value reaching $779,347 for elite pieces with rare errors, strong full strike features, and perfect grading outcomes. And when we look at its history, the 1993D quarter was born in a period of rapid change in American currency, with the nation moving toward new technological and digital payment systems, yet this coin remained a reliable symbol of American tradition, made from a copper-nickel clad material that was introduced in the mid-1960s as a solution to silver shortages, and even though it lacks silver, its value today is not about metal but about condition, rarity, and the special varieties that only a few collectors know about, including double-die obverse errors, misaligned strikes, OFF center strikes, and weak strike varieties that sometimes only appear in very small quantities, making them extremely special in the eyes of serious numismatists. And if you hold a 1993D quarter in your hand today, you might be holding a coin worth far more than just 25 cents, because even normal high-grade mint state coins can fetch strong premiums, while extremely rare grades and varieties can soar into values you would never expect, especially with the market being stronger than ever as more collectors around the world begin to recognize the importance of late 20th century coins. And the demand has been rising every year, making today one of the best times to search your collection, rolls, jars, or even pocket change for a 1993 quarter that could possibly change your life. And this is why we at Rare US Coins 1 bring you these deep dive videos, to help you find these hidden treasures, understand their value, learn their history, and discover the exact reasons they are worth so much money. So if you have a 1993 quarter or if you plan to look for one, make sure you pay attention to every detail on the coin, because a tiny mint error or a near-perfect strike could mean the difference between a common coin and a rare treasure worth up to $779,347 in today's collector market. And that is the magic of numismatics, a world where every coin tells a story, every detail matters, and every discovery could be the moment you find something truly extraordinary. So keep searching, keep learning, and keep watching Rare US Coins 1 for more incredible stories about coins that could be hiding right in your home waiting to be discovered.